Hi, I'm Zakia English. I'm with Grace Fitness, and I'm here with Miss Valerie. Miss Valerie, tell me your last name.
Jones,
Miss
Jones.
Valerie Jones.
Yes.
Yes, I'm so excited that Miss Valerie is here. She has an amazing story to tell about her own health and wellness personal journey that I hope will inspire you and to you to join her keto way club so she can help
Yes.
you live your best life. A little about me: I'm Zakia English. I weigh 305 pounds. Um i was just i just was dealing with a lot. I was dealing with a lot from my childhood, things that I didn't let go. And I don't know if that was your same situation, but you just grow up, and you just take
Yeah.
responsibility for your life as it is, and you have to deal with people that hurt you and people
Yeah,
you may have hurt, right? So
absolutely.
Ms. Valerie is here. This is our platform to share our stories, our struggles, our successes, and our setbacks even. So I am so excited to have you here, Ms. Valerie. I'm so
Oh, I'm so excited and honored to be here. Let me tell you, your story has inspired me. So, you became my
excited.
coach. You didn't even know me, and I, I saw your journey on I think it was Facebook or one of those platforms, and I was truly
Mhm.
inspired by you. I got a chance to work with you at a gospel fest, and your spirit is just the sweetest. And then just to see your story and your journey to go along with that sweet soul that I met. You're incredible, and kudos to you for what you're doing. This
Uh,
project is amazing.
yeah,
Yes.
thank you so much. First and foremost, what are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful for life.
Mm,
I'm grateful to be saved. I'm a Jesus girl. So,
yes, me
I'm
too.
grateful that everything, that God has afforded me in my life, all the opportunities, all the comebacks
Mm-hmm.
of my
Yes.
life. I am just grateful for his grace and his mercy, and just an opportunity to be able to share his love, and the benefits of being part of his family. That's my drive. I know that's my purpose. I love it, and that's what I'm grateful for.
Oh, that's so awesome. And I'm a believer too. And I can't believe I'm like even inviting you to come do this platform with me. He just blows my mind. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, but you have to listen to him and do what he instructs you to do.
that's
And I'm
right.
so thankful. And I think fitness, and that's why I named it Grace Fitness, because God gives us new graces and mercies every day. You
Right.
fall
Yes.
off the bandwagon, you get back on, right?
That's right. That's right.
Right.
Absolutely.
And he forgives us, and we shouldn't be so hard on ourselves,
Truth.
right?
Oh, truth.
We should not be hard. And I've learned that through my journey of just losing weight, because without him, I couldn't have done it. I couldn't have.
Absolutely not.
And I
Mm-mm.
still need him through the
Yes.
journey, because
Yes. Absolutely.
it's a lifelong thing. And I don't know, I'm excited for you to share, just your experience, but it's a lifestyle. It's not a quick
Yeah,
fix. So
it is.
okay, what would you tell your younger self surrounding health and wellness?
Oh, I would tell my younger self to take care of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Take care of your body. I remember, there's certain things that we eat, certain habits that we pick up. I know I picked up growing up. We used to have a little store around the corner from us called F&N, and we lived on the east side of Des Moines. And when I tell you, my older brother introduced me to Little Debbie's,
Right.
and they never left my life. So, not thinking, we're
Yeah.
kids, not
Yeah.
thinking any of that stuff's going to catch up with you. But now that I'm older, so I would say to my younger self, you know, take care of yourself. Think
Mm-hmm.
about the things that you're feeding your body, because when you turn 40,
Yeah.
you're going to feel those things. It's going to be real, and you're going to
Yeah.
have to deal with the things that you're putting in your body now, but you're going to overcome it. You're going to
Yeah.
overcome it. You're going to do it. God's going to give you the strength to do it.
Yes.
So baby girl, you got a bright future.
Yeah. And that's so true. You just, you just, I tell people I didn't hear about exercise in my household at all no place when I was growing up. That wasn't a focus in
Yeah.
my household. So
Yeah, it was in my household. It really was. My dad was a boxing coach. Um,
awesome.
and so I came from a family of boxers. So therefore, we lived in and you know, he kept us involved in athletics and things. So it was a really big part of my life. But the exercise wasn't so much the issue. It was what I was eating. What I was eating, and
Mm,
what I later learned was, you know, the battles in the kitchen, right? So
mm-hmm.
it's a combination of both. And all my life, I thought because I knew how to work out and do all those things that I could beat what I was
Mm-hmm.
eating, and it just wasn't the case.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that, the battle
Yeah.
in the kitchen, because that is the most important thing. People think you could exercise a bad diet, and you
Yes.
cannot. You
No, you
cannot.
can't. Absolutely.
Yeah. So tell me what inspired you to get healthy though? What inspired you?
Well, I'll tell you, I started having health issues.
Mm,
Out of nowhere, I began to swell really
mm,
terribly. It was my ankles, my feet. I would have to take my shoes off, you know. My ankles and my feet would swell really badly, and then in my face I began to swell, and all this inflammation began happening. And I went to my doctor, and I'm asking him, you know, I'm telling him my symptoms. He could not tell me what was wrong with me. But what he did is he prescribed me medicine for people with high blood pressure. It was a water pill,
mm-hmm.
but still never able to tell me what was causing all of these health things. Because so I've got this inflammation, and now I'll bend down. I've got pain in my chest. You
Mm,
know, it's like it was hard for me to breathe. I had episodes like that, and then it's just, you know, having a hard time walking upstairs and
mm-hmm.
all of those things. And I knew none of that should be happening at 40 anything.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so that was my wake up call when one night I was laying on my couch. It was just me and my boys at the
Mm-hmm.
house. My husband was not even in the state. And all my boys are younger. None of them can drive, anything like that. And I'm laying there, and my chest just begins to get tight and tight and tight. And I knew that something was terribly wrong. And the first thing I thought about was my health. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I know I've been feeling these things in my body. A lot of times we know that our body
Mm-hmm.
is crying for help, and we need
Yes.
to do something different, right? Well, that was my wake up call, because literally I thought I was having a heart attack. And
Wow.
what I did is I prayed. I got afraid and I prayed.
Mm,
And God let me get up from the couch
yes.
that day. And from there, he allowed people to come across my path that introduced me to the keto way. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when I took notice, and God gave me the courage to start.
Mm-hmm.
So
And tell
it
me
was,
about that courage. What did that look like for you? What does that really look like? Because we hear that all the time. It took courage to do this. Tell me,
yeah, yeah.
what did it take for you to do that?
I'll tell you, one of the things that happened is I saw my bishop had
Mm-hmm.
lost a ton of weight using keto. And people had told me about keto before, and they always had a negative spin with it, right? It was,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you know, it's hard. You got to give up this, you got to give up that, you know, all of
Mm-hmm.
the negative things. But when I spoke to him and his wife said to me, Val, it's not as hard as you think it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as hard as you think it is. And for whatever reason in that moment, the fear of, so everything they said after that, I heard it in that context.
Wow.
You know, it's not as hard as you think it is. Yeah, you're going to have to change this, but you can still have this and you can still do this.
Mm-hmm.
And so that initial thing, one of the things that I say in Keto Way, my Facebook group, is change your mind, change your life. Perspective is everything. So I held on to that. And
Yes.
one of the things that I do is I will myself to get through those moments of cravings, and the courage came from me willing myself. But really, I made it a spiritual thing up front. I made it a spiritual thing up front, and I would pray and ask God, Lord, you know what I need, and I know that you say that health and wealth will be in my home. So I know I can pray this, and you're coming through on this. I need your help to help me sustain. And my courage was in my faith, that I knew that I was praying his will.
Yes. And doing good for your body, because after the chest pain, he wants you, you know, he gave us this body and we have to take care of it, right?
Yes.
You have to take care of the body that he gave us. And
that's right.
And that's what I had to realize. You only get one. You can't, you know, you get a knee replacement, but you know, you only get one body and you have to take care of it. So
you do.
That's awesome. So did you have your aha moment at when you hit 40, or was it before then? Was it a build up, or just at 40 and with your medical episode, that was your aha moment?
It was definitely a build up, right? And so over the years, I see myself gaining weight. At my heaviest, I was 232 pounds. And there was a build up that at those appointments, I had gotten a report from the doctor, and a lot of times I didn't really read through the printout that they would give me, because he would say, you know, all your numbers are good. You don't have, you know, my numbers have been good my whole life. I've been overweight, but my cholesterol, high blood pressure, those, you know, those key things that may trigger something, all of those were good. But this one time I actually read it, and it said that I was obese. And I had never seen that on any of my health reports before. So that definitely was alarming. And that's when I began to think about it, but my mind wasn't there.
Yeah.
My mind wasn't there. And so seeing people like you, seeing people like my bishop, seeing others take hold of this thing, it made me realize, no, I can do this, and I will.
And you did, right?
Thank you, Jesus. Yes.
Day
one.
It's not, you did. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. And that's just amazing. But you got to put one foot in front of the other every day. And that's what my prayer is for this podcast, is that people can take our journeys and relate to us and know that if we did it, you can do it too.
Absolutely.
It takes sacrifice. It does take sacrifice, but that's you can't overindulge all the time, every day, all day, right? That's the key.
It is the key.
And you said something else that stuck out to me, was about your mind. What you think is what you are, right? So you have to start in your mind. You can't rely on different products. You know, that's a big thing. They are helpful, absolutely, but you still have to change your mind first.
You do, because you can have access to all the greatest products, but if your mind is not there, that product is going to sit on the shelf. I've done that. Bought different weight loss products and spent a lot of money, but my mind was not there. I tell people I do have a health and wellness business called Day One with Val. And I tell them, don't buy this detox tea or this don't buy it if your mind is not there, because you're going to be wasting your money. You know, it is a commitment and it is a sacrifice, but you're worth it. Think about your whys. You know?
Yes. And that is what started my journey. Why am I doing this? You have to think about your why. We're mothers, we're wives, but you have to carve out that time for you. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Yes. So how do you balance like realistically balance being that wife, the business owner, the mom, the cousin, the, you know, the aunt. It's a lot.
It
It's a
is.
lot.
It is. But you know what? For me, um, it's I'm still learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm still going through that. It's when you're in a weight, for me, when I'm in that weight loss mode, because I've been there before, sometimes it can be consuming. You wake up thinking about weight loss,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
and I didn't want that this time, right?
Yeah.
And so I really tried to put it in my everyday life. Like you said, it became a part of my lifestyle, right? So I have 3 boys.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I can go to the gym with them, use that time wisely, you know, so that's
Right.
our time together, you know, or
Yes.
so there's different ways that we can put it into our lifestyles and be spending time with our family. They're getting the health benefits along with
Mm-hmm.
us. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's a good way. And then, you know, the rest of my life, I talk about it with other people, and that helps to encourage me. You know,
Yeah.
keto way helps encourage
Yeah.
me, and
Yeah.
all of those things. So it's literally a part of my lifestyle.
And that's good, and doesn't feel like a burden.
Right.
You can't, if it's going to be forever, it can't be a burden to you to
Right.
cook a healthy meal, to
Yeah.
exercise, to pray, to rest, you know,
Yes.
to take your vitamins. Those are essential things that people be like, oh, I don't want to do this. Why not?
Right.
Would you agree the health benefits that you from overcoming obesity? So they say you didn't feel obese. I know you probably didn't, because I
I
didn't
did
either,
it.
right? But you see that on the paper, you was like, you know, I was like,
Right.
wow,
Yep.
that stuck with me too. When I saw obese on my medical record, I was like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh,
Exactly.
I
And it
let
was
myself
real.
go.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
gosh.
That was it. Like, that was my thought. Here I am. You know, this is
Mm,
really, and I had to really battle with the thought of actually accepting the fact that I was obese. And what I
mhm.
meant by that was, at the time, like I said, my mind wasn't there. So, you know, there's a lot of, and this is just for me, there's a lot of media outlets or people in the media that glorify being obese. And
Yes.
I was not healthy obese. So maybe that's for them. But I, in my mind, I was trying to make it okay. You know, I
Mhm.
was trying to relate myself to those people in the media. Well, maybe I can be obese and be
A
happy and healthy.
BBW, or, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
yeah,
But I
yes,
knew that I didn't really want that, but I almost succumbed to that because
yes.
my mind, I didn't want to make it that sacrifice. What I've said before is I was too lazy to live,
Mm.
because I literally was dying with what I was doing
Mhm.
to myself
Mhm.
through my diet. But
Mhm.
I was too lazy to live.
Wow.
And God
Yeah.
helped me with that and say, no,
Yes.
you're worth living. And I
Yes.
have work for you to do. So I need you to live.
Yes. But you feel better now, don't you?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
And you
It
have
wasn't just
people.
about, oh
Go
no, go
ahead.
ahead. I was
Go
just going to
ahead.
say, it wasn't just about the physical. That's wonderful. Thank you,
Yes.
Jesus. But I was unhealthy on the inside.
Yes.
So yeah, you might be big but you might be healthy. I wasn't. So I
Mhm.
could not grab that
Mhm.
thing that's being out there in the media. I couldn't do that because it wasn't my truth. I would be
Yes.
smiling on the outside and literally dying on the inside,
Yes.
trying to
Yes.
accept something that's not for me.
Yes, yes, that's right. And for me, I saw myself where I am, but when I was 305 pounds, as you like, oh my God, I have just too much weight to lose. This thing
Right,
will never come off. But
right.
you can't look at that. You cannot
No,
look at where you are now. You just got to put in the work every day,
every
right? And
day,
then
every
one
day.
day, you're going to wake up, your double chin going to be gone,
Right,
right? You'll be like, oh my God.
right.
But it's just, and back to the BBW thing, because I'm still, I'm not skinny by any means, but what I
Neither am
do
I.
know is I could run 2 miles nonstop. I don't
Come
have to,
on.
hit my inhaler. I don't have to,
Yeah.
I don't have to be in the ER with asthma flare-ups because my
Right.
ankles aren't swollen. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
You can be thick,
Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but you still have to be healthy. You have to
Healthy.
eat right and exercise. I don't care,
Right.
BBW, XWZ, whatever the case may be. I think
Yeah.
the media puts us in there. Oh, BBW is fine. It is fine, dandy, perfect. But you have to be healthy.
Right. That's right.
You have to
Absolutely.
be healthy. And what do you equate as being healthy? What's your definition of, if they was like, what do you mean being healthy? What does that look like? Can you tell us what that looks like for you?
Being healthy for me, I would say, is just overall, like you said, of course, the medical, the medical things of not having the issues with breathing. And like I said, I was having chest pains and inflammation and things of that nature. How do I keep that up? Well, I'm eating in a way that is sustainable for me and it's healthy for me, right? So I'm getting more veggies. I'm drinking more water. That's a foundational thing that many people don't do.
Right.
And I honestly, I don't necessarily like to drink water, but I do. It's like medicine for me. I know that I need it. So being able, like you said, being able to run more now, before it was, I'm just walking. Now I can run this disrespectful hill outside my window. Those types of things, being able to move and have energy. The fatigue was so real, and mental clarity, it's very real. When every time I work out, I always feel better afterward. I'm panting and doing all those things during that work, but afterward I always feel better.
And people think, okay, I'm gonna ask you this: are you tired after you work out? People think you're tired. No.
I'm glad you said that, because that's what folks think too. Like, oh, I can't work out. I used to think that way. Oh, I can't go work out in the mornings. Then I'll be too beat to do what I need to do for the rest of the day. It's so the opposite.
It is so. Hey, after you work out, you doing extra because you have all this energy. You be like, dang, my husband be like, would you sit down? I'm in here just.
Yep. I can attest to that. You are sure enough telling
Yes, you do. And it does give you mental clarity. And I think that mental clarity is because it's your time. The world requires so much of us, so much that we don't even spend time with ourselves. And we're not scrolling on the phone or doing something that's not beneficial to your body.
Right.
That.
It's true. I was talking about that the other day on one of my lives. We go hard for everyone else.
Yes.
We go hard for our husbands. We go hard for our children. We go hard for our families. We go hard for our bosses.
Yeah.
We go hard for our businesses.
Yeah.
But what does that leave for us? We have to, all of those facets of my life need me. Right? So I need me. I need me to be well so I can be what I need to be in those other aspects of my life. And so I decided one day, one of our slogans in our group is one day or day one. And it was so important because often we keep saying, one day I'll do this, and one day I'll take time for myself, and one day I'll be able to do this for myself. And that one day never comes.
No. And you see how fast time goes, right?
Absolutely. Look how quickly things have changed in our world.
Yeah.
One day I'll go to church. You can't even go to the church house right now.
Wow. That's right.
Right? So it's day one.
Yes.
It's day one.
And it's today.
And that's today. That's today.
It's today. And people say, oh, I'm going to do it on Monday. What's the significance of starting on a Monday,
I
right?
love
That
it.
used to be me. I'm going to start
Yeah, me
my
too.
diet. I'm going to start dieting on Monday.
Right.
First off, never diet. Never
Right.
diet. Get
Right.
that word out of the vocabulary, because it's not a diet, right? It's a
It's not.
lifestyle.
It's a lifstyle.
It's a
It is.
lifestyle, right?
It is.
And you just, but people, I'm gonna do it on Monday. Do it today. Today is the day.
It
Today,
is.
because you know why? You're not promised tomorrow.
That's right. That's
You're
right.
not.
You're not. You're not.
Don't put
Absolutely
off
not.
today don't put off what you can do today for tomorrow. And that's
Absolutely.
and that's my slogan, and that's how I live my life. And
Yeah.
so what's one fond memory of you surrounding food or exercise as a child? I know you talked about your dad being a boxing coach, you know.
Yes. That's absolutely the highlight. I used to love going to the gym with my father and my brothers. And just seeing what the body can do. That stuff used to trip me out. But that was our family time. In the gym or at the baseball. There used to be when I was growing up, baseball at the fairgrounds on the east side of Des Moines, and my dad and my mom and my uncle, they were baseball coaches and all that stuff. So I miss that. I miss being at the ballpark. I miss, just being in the gym, all of that. We lived at those places. So that's nostalgic for me. I love it.
Yeah, that's so awesome. So you grew up around, just family and activity. So that's a good thing for you to hold on to too. So tell me how lack of nutrition or fitness impacted a family member or friend of yours that you would like to share.
Yeah, so I can just speak on like high blood pressure, cholesterol. I remember growing up, my grandmother, high blood pressure has run in my family. And I remember, if we were sick at school, we'd go stay with grandma, and she'd be watching her stories, but she would always have a banana for her potassium, right? Just watching her journey, seeing the things that she needed to do to control her diabetes and things of that nature. And I always took notice of that. And I knew, as I grew up, I knew that those things are hereditary and they can run in the family. And often, those recipes, the way we eat, they're handed down to us.
Yes.
And so I just began to notice. And again, when my mind was different, I began to cook differently, just substitute different things and things of that nature. But just watching whether she had to prick her finger or she had an episode and she had to go to the hospital, and a lot of people I know can relate to that. Yeah. And so that's probably the thing that sticks out the most is from a young child, I would watch my grandmother deal with her diabetes and blood sugar woes, and try to control those different things. And the battle of eating the way she was supposed to eat and not always winning to do that. That's one of the things that I really thought about when I really started thinking about changing my health was, Lord, help me to do this, because what I don't want is to go to the hospital and a doctor tell me that I have to do this to live, and mentally I'm not there. I might be scared for a moment, but just because we're scared for a moment doesn't mean that our mind is strong enough it's going to fade. And then what are you going to do? Yes. Your mind's got to be right. And so I've said that even when I wasn't doing a healthy lifestyle, Lord, I don't want to go to the doctor and they tell me I have to do this and I don't have the power to do it, or the mindset to do it.
Right. Or it's too late, it's too late to reverse the diabetes, because some people are pre-diabetic, especially in the African American community. It's so important that we, just because our grandma had diabetes, it's okay for you to have diabetes, because It's not. And we could change the tide now, just talking about what we're doing now, this healthy lifestyle, and still eating. I'm sure the food you post on Keto Way, if you guys don't do anything else, please follow Miss Valerie Jones on her Keto Way, because what I like about her group is they're all sharing their recipes, and that's what it is. It gives you that way you don't have to eat the same stuff every day and you don't get bored with your food, right? So it's just my aunt, how it really stuck with me, because you don't know this, but my aunt was in her early 40s, maybe 39, 40, and diabetic, had to get her leg amputated. Okay. Then next year she lost her eyesight, all complications of diabetes, and she passed away, unfortunately, at the age of 49 or 50. But that affects a lot of African Americans in that age range. It doesn't, and we can live. You said that earlier. You gotta want to live and fight to live.
Yes.
And we can. We can. We can with platforms like this and your platform, and just speaking to people about living their best and healthy life. It's so important. You deserve it.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. You are absolutely worth it.
Gosh. So are you facing any barriers now? Or you still have any challenges in regards to your health and wellness?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Every single day. It's like I said, it's mind over matter. You literally, because cravings still come.
Yes.
The cravings for sugar or sweets, or wanting to grab something that you shouldn't have today or whatever. Those things don't change. I also I'm living this lifestyle in my family, but I have children that are not living this lifestyle.
Yes. Let's talk about that for a minute. Let's talk about that, because that's real. That is a real life situation, because I'm in the same situation. You want to push them not to eat the chips, or push them not to, but you can't. Talk about that. How do you deal with that? How are you balancing that?
So, for me, I try to, I've never been big on giving the kids pop and things of that nature. I do try to be mindful of, just going back to what I would tell my younger self. I try to be mindful of those things. I don't really keep them from all of their choices as far as their food is concerned. I just present healthier options for them. And, I don't know exactly what the thing is, but I know that if you present something so many times, eventually they'll eat it.
Right.
And my youngest son, he definitely has taken to that. He eats so many more vegetables than he used to eat. And, so you just keep presenting it. Have the option there.
Yeah.
Have the option there. Don't just have chicken nuggets and French fries as the option every night, So with keto, I'm able to put those, that broccoli on the table, or those kale greens on the table, or, whatever it is. That meat's not an issue. Like, they'll eat. That's the good thing about keto. You can eat good stuff still. And so we just balance it that way. But, there are still options in the house where I have to say, it's mind over matter. Am I gonna really just give all this back tonight, or am I gonna wake up with a victory?
Right.
And I tell.
And with you having those snacks, how do you is it out of sight, out of mind? Do you hide them, or do you have the willpower to?
Yeah. Out of sight, out of
mind. Yes.
Because, I was just telling my husband this the other day, the kids had some fudge rounds and they were out. I'm like, those gotta go.
That's right.
I can't walk by those every day.
Yes. Right. That's temptation. Yes.
Absolutely. So, and then I have alternatives, what I mean? And so I have things that are within my keto lifestyle. that will take the edge off. So
Mm.
in your lifestyle, you got to know what the substitutes are that can curb those things.
Yes, and
You know,
satisfy them. That's right.
yes,
That's right.
yes.
Yes,
They got to be
yes.
there, because otherwise you won't sustain. You
No.
won't sustain, and you're going to revert back to what's familiar.
Yes, yes,
Right. And that's what we
yes.
do a lot in life, period. When things are unfamiliar, when things have changed, we revert back to what is familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it was serving a purpose, right? Well, we have to realize in this new normal, I call it our new normal,
Yes.
our purpose is to live. There's nothing that can replace that.
Yes. Nothing.
Right.
Nothing.
So I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm willing to put the work in and find that substitute.
Yes.
I'm willing to just go to bed and wake up with that victory. It's a mindset. It's a mindset.
Yes. And you keep saying that it is a mindset. You have to change your mind to not feel like you're being deprived, or that it's work, or that, oh, I hate this. You cannot. Or say that you're not worth it, or tell yourself you fat. You cannot put negative thoughts in your mind about yourself. You cannot. No.
No. Every Wednesday we have, it's our healthy hump day. And so we are to post a positive affirmation during that day, to encourage each other.
Yes.
It's so important.
Yes.
It's so important that, I think about how are we feeling? How are we feeling? I was thinking about this last night. I'm going to add that. Every day I'm going to ask, how are you feeling? You feeling great? Great. And I need you to respond with my mind. How's my mind? My mind is great. My mind is encouraged. My mind is, and that helps. It helps me every day.
It does.
Every day.
Like in the car, I don't even listen to music. I listen to inspirational messages, because once again, is in the mind. What's in your mind is what's on the inside of your body, and how you think about yourself and how you feel about yourself. Because sometimes people don't have that support, and that's why I'm so thankful for our platforms, because support is everything. You have to support. If you living in a household where you don't have support, or you being abused, or you can't focus on you you have to find a peaceful you got to have peace in your life and in your soul to do this journey. You do, but you find that along the journey, right?
Yes.
You find it along the journey.
You do. It's in there.
Yes. It's just it's amazing. So I'm thankful for you, and thank you for taking the time today to share your story, and to let people know that you can do it. You could do it keto way, you could do it whatever lifestyle way that works for you.
Works for you.
You have to do it though.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's so important. I'm glad you said that. You got to do something that works for you. I was telling a friend the other day, it's like an egg. I cannot eat, sometimes scrambled eggs can make me sick and throw up. But I need the egg. I need all the protein that is in that egg. I need the energy that is in that egg. I need it. Well, there's got to be another way for me to prepare that egg. Well, there is. I can fry it. I can boil it. Then I still ate the egg. I still got all the benefits from the egg. I just had to prepare it for me so that I can digest it. That's what we have to do. We got to find a lifestyle that we can digest. We know there's a lot of people that know what they need to do, but how can they tweak that thing so that they can digest it? There's a way.
It is.
There's a way.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And just my last question, because you just touched on something, is motivating yourself when nobody is looking, when you don't feel like doing it. How do you do that? How do you motivate yourself the days you just like, I don't feel like doing it?
You know what? Again, I will myself.
Yeah.
I think about this journey. I think about the benefits. I think about my why.
Yeah.
I think about what it would cost me if I didn't. You know I had a history of, if I stop, I might not revisit this for a couple years.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, and
Yes.
it's a made up mind. As you think in your heart, so are you. That's the word of God. I lean and I depend on that. And it gives me strength. It gives me life. I know that even if I didn't win today, even if I didn't win, I won. Why? Because I know that tomorrow I'm putting in the work.
Yes.
I'm putting in the work. I'm not jumping off the bandwagon. So I don't beat myself up over it. You know, like I tell people, you win some and you lose some. The key is to win more than you lose.
You lose. That's right.
Keep getting up. As long as you keep getting back up, you've won more than you lost.
That's right. One foot in front of the other. No, and that's why I tell people, don't be so hard on yourself. People, we are our own worst critics.
That is the truth.
You eat that bag of chips. Don't eat another bag. Don't do, just don't beat yourself up to where you gorge because you had a bad one meal. One meal don't make you overweight.
No, it doesn't.
It don't.
No, it doesn't.
It don't. So don't beat yourself up and keep punishing yourself for your food choices.
That's right. That's right. You know what I tell people? I don't really have cheat days. I call them treat days because they're a part of my plan.
Yeah.
It's not cheating if it's part of the plan.
Yeah.
You just can't do it all the time. That was my problem. That was my lifestyle.
Right.
But it's no longer my lifestyle. So yeah, there are days where I'm gonna, like over the holidays, I planned to eat what I wanted to eat. I planned that.
That's right. That's
okay?
right.
But I knew that it was just part of the plan. When that's over, I'm gonna go back to what I do.
Yes, you back on and you're satisfied. It don't mean on your treat day that you eat 5,000 calories, but you have to have control no matter if it's a treat day, cheat day, you have to have control.
Right.
Period.
You know what else I found is on my treat days, in my mind, so I kind of plan them out, right? So all the way leading up to it, I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna have this on that day. And then that day comes, I don't do it. I don't do it because I'm still mindful. Yeah. I'm still mindful of what these things have done to me in the past.
That's
and what they could, you know what I mean? I don't necessarily want to have that withdrawal again from the sugar. So no, I'm not going to eat that. You know what I mean? So
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And it's a process, but you cannot be so hard, or if you step on the scale, and that's why honestly I stopped getting on the scale, because if that scale, then I put in all the work, and then that Monday back again to the Monday. If I weighed in on Monday and I'm up 2 pounds, I'm just saying, forget it.
You're so right.
I stopped the scale, and I know it's differences of opinion about the scale, but for me, I let my clothes tell me, and the way I feel, because I know I'm doing the work. The number doesn't dictate who I am, right?
That's right.
It's just the number. But if you know that you eating healthy, drinking your water, getting some sleep, praying, all those things, what more? Don't let the scale define you. And people do that a lot.
You're right.
They
You're
do.
Right. I have, and that's in the past, absolutely. It is stressful.
That's stressful. Yeah. So
like
did you have any scale addictions? Like, how do you do that?
Yes. So did what you said, like, I remember going really hard, maybe about 3 years ago or so. And I mean, working out, changing my eating habits. I had given up sweets, all kinds of stuff. I got on the scale, and the scale went up by, I want to say maybe 6 pounds or something. It went up, whatever it was. I dropped everything like a bad habit. I'm like, no way. You mean to tell me,
all this work?
Yeah, so
Yep.
I have experienced that. One thing with keto, folks drop weight quickly in the beginning, but then it starts to come off different because you're losing fat
Mm-hmm.
instead of weight. And those are
Mm-hmm.
two different things, right? So your body composition is changing. Your waist is getting smaller. Your measurements are getting smaller, but the scale might not be moving because muscle weighs more than fat.
Yes.
And so, like, that's where I'm at right now. Right now, the scale isn't moving very much. Well, but I'm not concerned about that. I'm out here walking every day.
That's right.
I'm eating the way I'm supposed to be eating. I have the energy of a crazy person.
Yeah. Yeah. And your skin is radiant, by the
yes,
way,
come on, Jesus.
really, right?
So, those things make me okay with whatever the scale says. I'm no longer, like you said, the way clothes fit and all of, but how I feel, I feel is so much more important than that scale. I'm good. I'm good.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is, I think the where we're going to end this session is that you are good. And I thank you for sharing your testimony of sacrifice, your battle in the kitchen, just coming from being deemed obese to where you are today, helping people because you have to give back what you know, because you don't know if you save one person from living an unhealthy lifestyle to changing it. It's just, your job is done, because that's why I think God uses us to be a disciple for him, and let him know, let people know, if we can do it, you can do it. Listen, look at them. Look at
That's
them.
right.
Look at them.
Absolutely.
And that's what I'm so thankful for. And I thank you for taking the time to be on Stories of Grace with me today. And I thank you, and continue to be a blessing in your community. And I can't wait to see what the keto way does for so many people that's following you.
Oh my gosh, I'm the same. Thank you. I'm honored. This was wonderful. You continue to inspire me. Please keep doing what you're doing. I'm so excited about this series. I cannot wait to see everything that, all the fruit that comes from this. This is a good work, and I'm happy to be a part. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. And we'll stay in touch. Facebook, Keto Way. I love the platform. So I thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to share your story today to help other people.
All right.
Be blessed. And thank you once again.
All right. You are welcome. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.